Hi there again everyone, this is again Alan, and today we're gonna be reviewing Koi Watercolor's Pocket Field Sketchbox. So I bought this 3 years ago in National Bookstore for 802 Philippine pesos, or that's roughly 15 US dollars. I've only used this 3 times and it still looks new, but the box is kind of worn off already, but that's fine. So the box says it's a Japanese brand by Sakura, but it's made in China. And on the other side are the 18 colors that are listed. And at the back are some tips and information. So they already have new packaging for this, and despite that, I still believe that the contents are still the same based on other artists' review. And let's see what's inside. So this is the plastic container. It feels sturdy and it's quite thick, about an inch thick, and it has this ring under it so that you can safely put your finger and hold it whenever you're outdoor for plein air painting. And inside it has this easel like cover, but I hope it can stand on an angle so that it can really serve as an easel. Anyway, I use it to stack my papers, watercolor papers, and when I'm done painting, I stack the painting there. Maybe you can put around 2 or 3 paper paper sheets. And it also comes with this removable or detachable palette that you can attach on 3 sides with this there or here, wherever you are comfortable. And here are the 18 colors. It came with this water brush that I already misplaced, but anyway, I don't use water brush a lot, so I have my travel brushes that I prefer to use. And also they have sponge. It has sponge on 2 sides that you can use to clean your brush or to clean your workspace. So let's start swatching. By the way, the paper, as always, is 185 arches paper, and I also do not re-wet the paper, or the paper and the watercolors before I use, to be fair with the other brands that I use. By the way, I'm not sure if this is half pan, maybe 3/4 of a half pan, because this is a half standard half pan and this is from Sinali, and you can see the difference. So, okay, so let's begin swatching. So for swatching, let me just it zoom it in a bit. There we go. Okay, so let's start with Chinese white. A lot of subscribers are asking me to make my video shorter, but for swatching, unfortunately, I cannot speed it up because I want to show the movement of the watercolor. I want to show how each pigment reacts on certain paper, especially on arches, because it's the one I use often. So this is the permanent yellow deep. The colors re-wet quite easily, and I have no problem, I have no any problems with that. Next we have John Brilliant. There is no pigment information provided, even in the website I think, so I cannot put any pigment information in my swatch sheet. So this is vermilion hue. The colors are quite intense and really very pigmented, but as you can see, they crack. Of course, that's not a big issue, at least for me, because I can always re-wet my watercolors, but to some, they don't get pleased when they have pans crack. Some artists advise to put glycerin on cracking half pans. I don't know how it works, but you can try also. So this is Crimson Lake, and I find it quite hard to get intense. Next is purple, which looks like mineral violet. So it takes some time to finally get the intensity that you want, but it's easier to do it as compared to the Maris halftime that I reviewed earlier. This one is cobalt blue hue, so it looks a little cooler than the real cobalt because this is just an imitation color of cobalt blue. Next is cerulean blue, which I think also is an imitation of the real pigment because this looks more like manganese, or sorry, more like PB15. Next is ultramarine. And he's quite a nice ultramarine. This is the most intense I think so far in this set. Next we have Russian blue. Next is yellow green. It has this unusual granulation, as you can see. I don't know if that's good or bad, but it may work to you, it may not. So let's see later as we make our sample painting. Next we have Viridian hue. So this is again an imitation. This is not PG7. But I like how it goes. Next is permanent green deep. I don't usually find this color in 18 color set, but I actually love this shade because I personally love deep greens. Next is yellow ochre, which is also expected to be opaque. Next we have light red, which is comparable to an English red or Venetian red. It's also very opaque. Next is burnt umber. This is a usual brown that we use, and it's very transparent. And lastly, ivory black. I think there's an ambulance outside. Or is that a police? So here is our swatch of the 18 colors of Sakura Koi Pocket Field Sketchbox. So now let's proceed to our sample painting, and for that I'm gonna mix the usual colors that I use. So for this I've sketched a beach with mountain ranges, and for that I'm gonna use cerulean blue. I'm gonna pre-mix the colors that I'm gonna use so that we'll be making it faster. And also ultramarine, and for the ground I think I can use yellow ochre and burnt umber. And for the trees I think I'm gonna use directly the permanent green deep. So okay, let's first do it the sky. As you can see, I don't usually wet all the entire sky. I leave some dry parts. And those dry parts are for the clouds. And for more intense colors, let's use the ultramarine directly from the pan. And to make it a little bit cooler, let's put some purple as it gets to our horizon. There you go. There really is this unusual granulation that can either help you or bother you depending on what you're trying to achieve and also depending on your style. But for this particular painting, I'm okay with it so far. So now while we're waiting for the sky part to dry, let's go to the beach part. And for the sea, I'm gonna use cerulean. So anyway, this is just a rough or an informal painting, so we're not gonna be OC with our details. So to make it look more tropical, let's mix some Viridian hue near the shore and a little Russian blue to the deeper parts. So next we go to the shore, and for that we are gonna use the yellow ochre and burnt umber mixture that we have prepared earlier. And let's have some more. Oops, let's. And as the water meets the white sand, let's let the colors meet. So to fasten the drying, let's lift some color. Okay, so now let's go to the mountain. We can use the mixture that we left and mix purple and maybe a little permanent green to make a gray, purplish gray. Okay, for our mountain. So here is our purple mountain. And since the sand is not dry yet, they're mixing. But it's not a big deal. Okay. add more intensity, let's mix some more and put some mass tones in the lower area. This is a little too deep. So as you can see, there is this, again I'll repeat, the unusual granulation. They're like colored sugar or sandy appearance of the paint, and it's getting quite obvious as the swatches are getting dry. There is this like grainy look, I hope you can see. So while waiting for this to dry, let's clean some edges. So this is gonna be the base of our painting, and after it dries, let's put the trees and the details. So now that it's dry, we can now proceed to our details and trees. And for the trees, I'm using permanent green deep, and I'm gonna make it more earthy by mixing vermilion hue. And for the branches of the tree, I think I'm gonna use burnt umber mixed with ivory black. I mean trunk of the coconut trees. So let's start with the more distant, the farther trees. That's going to define our horizon. So they're just gonna be appearing as like small drops, and I'll add up height as they get nearer. And for this tree, you don't actually need to detail every single leaf of our tree, so otherwise it will not look, you know, pleasing. It's okay to just show the illusion that there is that tree over there. And of course, for the trees that are very near, we need more accurate detail, like that. And some more here. As you can see, these trees that are nearer, I'm putting more effort to show details, but still, since this is just a small and you know um, loose painting, I'm not overdoing, or I'm not putting every detail or every detail of every leaf. So we're good for that. We're here just to illustrate or to show the illusion that there is the coconut tree over there. And to finish it up, let's put some shadows down here that will complete our trees. And of course, as I always do, I put shades of gold to my landscape because I want it to appear warm. I always prefer a warm landscape, especially for this one because this is a tropical landscape. And of course also reflects here and a little bit more. And just clean it up. So here is our landscape sample painting. So it's not dry yet, but you can have a feel of how the koi watercolor appears in Arches watercolor paper and how it reacts in this way of painting. I am actually satisfied with this set, and for the price and for the packaging, it's already very affordable and reasonable, I think. And the color selection is actually very good also. And the only thing I've noticed is that this unusual granulation, which I think is very obvious, which can either work for you depending on your style, and if you're the type of artist who prefers, clean washes and even painting, and you don't like or you don't prefer much granulation, I don't think this will be good for you. So that's it. So this is how it looks. So please stay tuned for after this. My next video will be a comparison between the three: the koi watercolors, the Maris, and the superior watercolors. By the way, I have made two portrait paintings using Sakura Koi, and they are the portrait of President Duterte and Senator Manny Pacquiao. Please don't hold or don't put any political issues here because they were just popular or hot in the internet when I made them. Anyway, we're after watercolor, so yeah, the gradation actually isn't obvious here, but unless you zoom it in and you can see the grainy or the sugary effect also here. You have to zoom it in very well to feel or to see the granulation, but when you look at it from this distance, it's not actually very obvious. So there you go. So here are my three paintings using the Sakura Koi watercolors. So please stay tuned and thank you for watching.